Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Are you ready for some football? Because I know I am. So, today we are going to do something a little differently. Something that I'm hoping that, y'all, my audience, will enjoy. And we're going to go over this because I actually am looking forward to doing something like this, from the time being. I'm still going to do reactions, but let's also go over this. We're going to do a little bit of a. I'm not one most notable for doing film sessions, but, let's do this. So here we got Damone Clark. And I am a Cowboys fan, so this is why I'm going over this. Because currently, right now, our linebacking core is, of course, Micah Parsons, Leighton Vander Esch, Jabril Cox, and Damone Clark. And a couple of other players currently on our linebacking core as well. And I'm not sure how optimistic I am about those other two guys. But, oh, my fault. My fault, y'all. So I'm not sure exactly how I feel about those other couple of guys. I mean, DeMarvion Overshone is also going to be a guy who's probably going to be in the box as a linebacker. So he could also be another guy who can be on the linebacking core as well. I just don't truly think he's going to be a linebacker. I think he's going to be a linebacker slash safety. So, enough rambling. Let's get into this. So, of course, we all know that Damone Clark, he, started out late, because he had the, what the Cowboys medical staff found out is that he had a back contusion. So he had to miss some time. They had to he had to get surgery right away for that, and so got worked on that, and so that's why he got off to a little bit of a a late start. But let's get into this. So right here you see Damone Clark. He gets in on that tackle on what's his name? I think his name is number 32. I think that was Montgomery. But basically, watch Damone Clark here. So he fills the void, he gets around that blocker there, and he sets the spot right there and makes the tackle. And that's what I want to see out of him, because basically you all know that our run defense, it needs a little bit of work. It needs a little bit of work, and that is definitely something that I can look forward to if he continues to do more of that. But now let's get to this next highlight. So here's Damone Clark. He basically sits and waits right here. He sits and waits, and he gets the first down. And I do not like that. I'm not going to lie. I do not like that. This is one of the negatives. Of course. Shout out to Dallas Cowboy for life. I'm doing a little bit of a film session, but with the highlights and stuff. So I just wanted to, of course, go over this a little bit. This is what I don't like, He kind of just, basically sits and waits. And when it is second down and 4 and the running back needs 4 yards, I mean, obviously the defensive line needs to do their part, and they need to be able to get a push up the middle, some space heaters there in the middle, so that way he doesn't do that. But at the same time, I would like my linebackers to be able to, come up a little bit, be at least a little aggressive, because when the running back needs 4 yards, I mean, you're trying to keep these guys from getting first downs. First down should be a premium for any defense, especially mine. So I would like for him to play that a little more aggressive, play up a little closer, come up and make the tackle, make sure that he doesn't get that first down. But instead, he kind of just sits and waits and allows him to get past the first down marker. And that is one thing that I do not like. Let's get to the next highlight. So as you can see right here, Damone Clark, he kind of hits the wrong gap. He runs into a blocker, and he manages to recover a little bit. He recovers and he does make the tackle here. It was 2nd and 22, so no biggie. It's 2nd and 22. You're not gonna lose very much out of 2nd and 22. Now, if he would have gotten like a 15 plus yard gain, we would have had some problems. But that did not happen. I think this might have been maybe like a 7-yard carry or something like that. So they still had like a 3rd and 15. So no biggie. I'm not gonna press it too much. But he did, of course, as you saw right here, he did miss the gap, very much. He did miss the gap, ran into his own man, ran into a blocker. But he managed to recover and got to the ball carrier, and it wound up being like a 7 or 8 yard carry. Now, let's get to his next highlight. So this is 2nd and 5, and this is a passing play. So for the first time, we get to see his pass coverage. So Daniel Jones getting rushed and getting sacked, and Damone Clark comes in there and said, you know what, I want to get myself some stats. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to come and, fill the void and join the party on that sack. Pause. But, yeah, he just kind of comes in there and, Daniel Jones getting rushed. Parsons, of course, a, usual suspect. And then gets brought down, not until Damone Clark comes in there to try to join the party to make that, he got himself an assisted sack right there, I think. He said, man, forget that. Let me get the stats, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get the stats. Okay, so here we go. Next play, it's another passing play. First down, and Damone Clark, you see him over here. He flips his hips, goes after the ball carrier, and he strips the ball. All right, he strips the ball. That was a great strip by him. That is a big dude right there, a big wide receiver in Moali Cox, I think. And he managed to get the ball from him, squirted loose, and we wound up picking it up and returning it for a tutty. Yeah, Malik Hooker, against your former team. Look at that strip, man. Look at that strip. All right. Manages to get that away from him and gets the forced fumble, and then we end up getting a fumble recovery return for a touchdown. And now here we have 2nd and 3. It is a run play, and Damone Clark comes over to that right side. It's technically the offense's right side. It is the defense's left. He gets over to that side. He's got that left to right sideline speed. He gets around there, and you see him make that tackle on Dameon Pierce. I don't even know if he even got a yard on that, to be quite honest with you. I don't even know if he got a yard. But Nonetheless, he makes the stop, he makes the tackle, and at the very most, he got a no gainer on that one. But I don't even know if he even got back to the line of scrimmage. Great play by Damone Clark. Yes, sir. Get hype. Get hype. Right here, you see it again. You see it again, ladies and gentlemen. Uses that sideline to sideline speed over to that right, and he goes after Dameon Pierce and, gets him and brings him down. And here we go again, another run play, So let me rewind here. Let me rewind for you guys. So he stays square, he stays square, he stays square. This is where I can applaud him for doing that sits and waits, because he's at least close to the line of scrimmage. Watch again. He's at least close to the line of scrimmage. He stays square, he shuffles over close to the line of scrimmage, and then he just waits. And he goes after the ball carrier, and he stuffs him like a turkey on that run play. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 2nd and goal. This was against the sorry Eagles. And Kenneth Gainwell tries to... It's a big pileup, so it's hard to try to find him. But you can see number 33 technically. Let me just show y'all right here. You can see Damone Clark technically right there, number 33. So that is him. And he gets in as Kenneth Gainwell's trying to dive for that end zone. He said, "No, sir. No, sir. No, sir." All right, get pushed back. And now it's 3rd and goal, ladies and gentlemen. It is 3rd and goal. Now let's go to another highlight. This is Damone Clark. All right, this is the Tennessee Titans on 2nd and 5. I said this is Damone Clark. We've been talking about Damone Clark this whole time. But basically, it is 2nd and 5, run play. Again, I love the highlights of him being able to show what he can do against the run. And overall, he looks like he can definitely do a little bit of something. So as you can see right here, this is Damone Clark right here. Comes in there and he gets there to the line of scrimmage, stays square. He gets the ball carrier, helps out, and he's trying to rip that ball away. He's trying to get that ball away from the ball carrier. He failed, but it's all right. At least we made the stop. No yards. And this was the playoff game. All right, punt return. Kelvin Joseph, I just want to point out, Kelvin Joseph made a great play on this. He punches the ball out. Peanut Tillman McLeod on this play. And then you got Kelvin Joseph. You got 2 youngsters. You got Kelvin Joseph making the big play. And then you got Damone Clark right here who makes the heads up play. And he recovers the fumble. We would eventually get a field goal out of this and would tie the game up. Unfortunately, we did not win. But that was a play that you can talk about as far as 2 young pups, teaming up together to make a play. Nonetheless, I appreciate any of my audience that is watching this video. Shout out to Dallas Cowboy for life. I will leave the link in the description box to the original video and his channel below. This is low budget film sessions. So I appreciate any of my audience any of y'all watching this video. Hope you enjoyed me going over Damone Clark. Hey, I got high hopes for Damone Clark year 2. Definitely got more high hopes in Damone Clark than the Eagles should be having for what's that dude's name? The linebacker that they got from LSU. I forget his name. That's how trash he is. He's a nobody. Nobody's gonna remember his name. So that is it. As always, before you get out of here, like, subscribe. Subscribe is very important because you get notified each and every single new video that I post. And that has been my time, and that is it. Stay tuned for another film session video.